Hey guys, welcome to another mini lesson with the text Stink and the Freaky Frog Freakout by Megan McDonald. Today we're going to look at figurative language with this text. On your own, you're going to read pages 66 and 67, and together we're going to go back and reread part of page 63 to show some figurative language from yesterday's text. So figurative language, it's a figure of speech that can compare or exaggerate or mean something different from what is expected. So today we're going to look at the example of a simile where the author uses a comparison, and they show us that they're using a comparison by using the words like or as. A simile is pretty similar to a metaphor. The only difference really is that a simile uses the words like or as to give me a clue as a reader that figurative language is taking place. Okay, so when I look up words in the dictionary, they tell me the literal meaning of a word. But figurative language has a non-literal meaning, meaning that it's not actually happening. It's like something that has happened though. Okay, we'll get into it a little bit more on the next page as we look at a specific example. As you read today, I want you to try to find examples of similes and metaphors, the comparisons in your reading. You might also find some hyperboles, which are exaggerations. They make things sound bigger or better than what they truly are. And a lot of times you're like, yeah, right, that couldn't actually happen. Idioms are just expressions that people use in their talking to provide figurative language. Like if it's raining really hard outside, I might say it's raining cats and dogs. And that's an example of an idiom. It can't actually rain cats and dogs. That's why it's figurative language. Okay, so on yesterday's reading, I found an example of a simile as I was reading. So similes, like I said, are a type of figurative language, and an author uses them to compare two things with the words like or as in their description. So on this page, page 63, when Stink starts making his frog noises, the other kids in the book tell him, "You sound like a duck, you sound like a squeak toy, you sound like a sick banjo." So the author compares the sounds that Stink is making to a duck, a squeak toy, and a sick banjo. So as a reader, as I was reading it, I had to ask myself, is Stink really a duck? Is he really a squeak toy? Is he really a sick banjo? And when I read the text the first time, I knew that Stink wasn't a duck. So I then think to myself, well, why does the author have Webster use this simile of a duck to compare to describe the noise that Stink is making, or to compare what he sounds like to a duck? So I think that the author uses this duck simile to help the readers know that the frog sound that Stink was making sounds like a duck. And when I go back and I reread to monitor and clarify, I can prove that my thinking was correct. When I go back and reread it, the author was comparing Stink's noises to the real noises a duck would make. As you read today, I want you guys to look for some examples of figurative language. Remember, you guys are reading pages 66 and 67. I can't wait to hear what you guys find.